XconMedia.
Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you tapping in, man. Democrats. And this question is for Democrats. If you vote for them, however, can you ask yourself why? Why do the Democrats push back on Trump for certain things? See, this is one of these things there's supposed to be zero pushback. I need you to ask yourself that question. Why are the Democrats always pushing back on something that is supposed to be right to everybody?
Hill, former Clayton County Sheriff and now candidate for United States Congress, 5th Congressional District. Behind me is a picture of the mayor of D.C. at a press conference. I want us to think about something. This is Labor Day weekend, and a lot of people are wondering in our major cities like Detroit, Chicago, and yes, Atlanta, here in the 5th Congressional District, how much gun violence will we see? Well, at this press conference, the mayor is saying that she appreciates the surge of federal support that she got and said that their carjackings year to date went down 87% because of it.
Now, this is the mayor of DC is the one that initially started off pushing back on President Trump using, now he may not be able to do this everywhere, but he is well within his authority to do it in DC. All right. For long as most of us have been living, New Orleans, Chicago, DC, Baltimore, Los Angeles, Memphis, sometimes at times Atlanta, but they did a lot to clean up Atlanta as it is now, as opposed to what it was in the 90s. But I need to understand, make me understand, why did she push back so hard? Okay, ever since Trump did the federal takeover in DC, zero murders, zero murder, none, zero murder, and carjackings are down 87%. That's a lot, but let's continue.
You know, it's been a lot of debate about sending in federal officers, sending in the National Guard. And I think we all need to remember that crime is a bipartisan issue. We've got children getting killed in schools. In Atlanta, we saw 14 people shot in the city in one incident. In Clayton County, we've seen 4 men shot, or young men shot rather, at the Jonesboro Baptist Church, 1 shot at Kroger, 1 shot at Walmart, 1 shot at a skating rink. And I think what we gotta understand, or what we gotta do, is put aside the partisanship. We need to all work together to keep everybody safe. You know, my condolences to all of the families and not just the last 90 days, but and over the years that have lost friends.
Now that's what I want y'all to take away. That is the big takeaway. Sheriff Victor Hill, Clayton County, running for the 5th congressional district in Georgia. If I could vote for him, I would. I will be talking to people in that district into voting for him, because I believe in that brother. I saw how I voted for him when he was sheriff of Clayton County. So if y'all want to know his story, check out his book. I'll leave the link in the bio, man. I'll leave all his socials in the bio as well. But listen, man, the best thing he said, he's a Democrat, true enough, but the best thing he said is working together. Let's work together to fix these problems. Let's continue.
Family members to gun violence. And I'm sure they wish there was a surge of federal officers or National Guard to stop it. And let's just talk about some of the debate where some people say, well, this could target our young men. Well, let's talk about that for a second. I'm sure some of those young men would appreciate it if they were alive. I'm sure the young men that are incarcerated in the Clayton County Jail and the Fulton County Jail who've been stabbed in the last year wish they had National Guard people and they're helping since they're understaffed and there's not enough staff to protect them. We've got to stay focused on the issue and what
every dude in jail that is doing a life sentence wish they could take it back. Kids then grew up, then forgot about them. Mama then died. Girl then moved on. You know what I'm saying? She then moved on. She is not coming back. You not there. She got to pay these bills some type of way. She ain't coming back. So 10, 20 years into your sins, you realize you messed up. You messed up. All for what? Let's continue.
it takes to solve this problem. I had a good debate with a friend of mine, longtime Chicago detective, and we debated back and forth the constitutionality and everything of bringing in the National Guard. And when I asked him, did he have a better idea, he laughed and said no. Let's worry about keeping people alive and keep them safe, and let's all come together to get that done.
Again, that is former Clayton County Sheriff, and I still call him Sheriff because I voted him in when he was down there, and he was forcibly removed from office via whatever you want to call it. So he wasn't voted out. So y'all check his socials in the bio along with his book and his website if you want to support the process on his run on the way to Congress. If you believe in what he's talking about, send $5-10 a month, something simple. You know what I'm saying? I myself contributed to the campaign because I believe in the brother. He was probably the first person I voted for when I came home from prison and I was able to vote again. So and he is a person that cleans the streets up, so he know what it looks like. So again, I ask you Democrats, why is it that there is so much pushback with Trump sending the National Guard? Oh, they're gonna profile our young. What is the solution? What is the solution? If this is not the solution, what is the solution? Because I've been living for a long time and it don't seem like anybody has figured it out. Okay, there's so many killings going on in Chicago. Trump tell the governor up there, we're on the way. The governor and the mayor of Chicago pushing back like, nah, we don't need your help. Oh, really?
Some new details now on a violent Labor Day weekend in the city of Chicago. Since Friday night, 54 people have been shot, 7 people killed. The youngest victim, just 14. Sadly, shootings are
54 people shot, 7 killed. A child, 14. Okay. Since Labor Day weekend. Okay. And you don't want no help. You don't want Trump. Last Labor Day weekend, 42 shot, 10 killed. And the governor don't want no help. They got it covered. Really? They got it covered? Okay, they got it covered. Let's continue.
Up from last year's Labor Day when 42 people were shot, 10 people were killed, according to the Sun-Times. All this amid the president's threats to send in the National Guard to crack down on crime, even as city leaders say crime is down. This evening, NBC5's V. Wynn spoke with violence prevention groups who are now urging neighbors to step in and to help break the cycle.
Police are investigating dozens of shootings, including 2 mass incidents over the holiday weekend. This one injured 5 people early Monday morning near 35th and Cottage Grove on the city's south side. Among the victims, a 17-year-old boy.
It's very upsetting because you have to think about the victims of the gun violence right now in Chicago and throughout our nation.
T.O. Hardiman is the founder of Violence Interrupters. His organization has been around for more than 2 decades, trying to keep the peace and addressing the root causes of gun violence in his community.
Instead of the National Guard, we need a Black National Guard. And what I mean by that, we need Black men to step up and work with their nephews and their sons and see if we can turn this here tide of violence around.
Police also responded to another mass shooting on Saturday night just blocks away from Chicago Police headquarters. At least 7 people were shot in a drive-by near 35th and State. That same night, a 17-year-old girl was hit by a stray bullet in her Inglewood home. Crisis responders in that neighborhood say they need more funding and resources.
Violence, crime like that, it's hurtful, for one, because nobody deserves to be shot, period.
Charles McKenzie runs Inglewood First Responders.
We have to help to make our community better. We cannot point the fingers at no one. We have to work together as a collective to make a difference.
His group is made up of teens and young adults trying to bridge the gap between police and the community and to build trust as seen in these pictures.
We just got to get more stronger and come up with a better solution how to tackle the violence throughout our city. But I don't believe the National Guard should be in Chicago. Hopefully one day we get to a solution where we can decrease half of the violence that's going on throughout our city.
V1.
So let me get this straight. Let me get this straight now. Let me get this straight. Blocks away from police headquarters, just a couple of blocks. Just a couple of blocks from police headquarters. A drive-by. A girl gets hit by a miscellaneous bullet that wasn't meant for her. And y'all don't need no help? Chicago been like this since Al Capone days. So Joe Biden stood by, ain't doing nothing. Did not do anything to solve this problem that his whole 4 years in there. You know what I'm saying? I honestly do not know what Trump was doing that first time around, but get what? He's addressing it now. Something Barack Obama didn't do in 8 years. And that's where he's from. And just standing by and letting it all happen. You are the president of the United States. It is your duty to protect what's going on in here. I don't care about what's going on overseas. We nominated you to protect this right here. And if that means bring them in there, because New Orleans said, bring them in. New Orleans, that's another problem. You know what I'm saying? Bring them in. Why not? If it's saving lives. Let me tell you something. If they don't care about you like these Democrats don't, good thing I woke up. I opened my eyes to what was going on, that the Democratic Party ain't cared about us none of my lifetime. And they've been sabotaging the black community since the beginning of time. You better do some history. Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. When he got assassinated, you know what the president right behind him tried to do? He tried to put the Negro back in slavery. He tried to put the Negroes back in slavery. But yet y'all still continue to vote Democrat. Plessy versus Ferguson and all that. The separation of schools. Look at the party that those Supreme Court justices that was trying to keep schools separated. Blacks can't go to school with whites. You know who they were? They were Democrats. They were Democrats. Y'all be getting up, voting, and you hate this man for what? You hate him for what? Because if he didn't care nothing about the black community, he just let all you Negroes smoke each other. They'll take care of themselves. Don't worry about Chicago. Don't worry about Memphis, Baltimore. The governor of Maryland don't want Trump to come in. Even though we are all witnessing the significant drop in DC. Zero murders in DC since Trump took over. But you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. You know why? Because they don't care about y'all. The Democrats only, the higher up Democrats, they want to stay high up so they can keep y'all clowns down in the dump. They want to keep y'all in the dump. But y'all don't see that. You go through your whole entire life voting for these Democrats and they ain't nothing changed. Boy, 3 years ago, the first Republican I voted for was Brian Kemp. Understand that. That's the first Republican I voted for was Brian Kemp. Because in the state of Georgia, economy has probably never been better. It's one of the top economies in the country. Why? Because Brian Kemp is the governor. Stacey Abrams would have took us down, down, down. Them high Democrats, they want to keep you Negroes down here, but y'all don't see it. Y'all don't see it.
We could straighten out Chicago. All they have to do is ask us to go into Chicago if we don't have the support of some of these politicians. But I'll tell you who is supporting us, the people of Chicago.
So President Trump says the people of Chicago support his plan to send in the National Guard and others, despite city leaders rejecting the idea. Our next guest knows the city's crime crisis all too well. 5 years ago, her daughter, Jaya, was shot and killed while at a convenience store. Naisha Beeman joins us now. Naisha, first off, sorry for your loss. And can you give me your thoughts, first off, on what the president said? If the governor asks, I'd like to help. If he doesn't, it's going to make it difficult. What would you like the governor to do?
I would like the governor to ask for help because the things that's in place right now is not working. Labor Day weekend was a 77% increase in violence since last year. 72, over 72%, yeah. It was 58 shootings, I think 8 fatalities, and it's not working.
So they hit us with some stats, and they said this has been the safest summer since the 1960s, 123 homicides, 278 total homicides through August 31st for the year. And it's horrible, but not compared to...
I don't...
Clown. That news reporter is a clown. You sitting there telling me that crime is down such and such, since such and such. Don't nobody care about that. Guess what just happened this Labor Day? 54 people got shot. And you telling me about, oh, it's down. It's down. It ain't at zero. DC is at zero. Why are y'all pushing back like this? If that's not the solution, what is? You see that young woman right there? She lost her daughter. She lost her daughter. She simply just said what they are doing now is not working. So since it's not working, send some help. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Many generations of black folks it won't even come to existence because so many get killed in Chicago.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. As we continue on your top stories and headlines, take a look at your screen. A massive protest in downtown Chicago this Labor Day as Mayor Brandon Johnson tells President Donald Trump no troops in Chicago. This follows the Trump administration's plans to surge officers to the Windy City for an immigration crackdown in its latest move to expand the federal law enforcement presence in major Democratic-run cities. A lot to break down, so we want to check in now with Fox 32 Chicago's Joni Lum for the latest on this developing story. Joni, always a pleasure. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Well, maybe you heard about the weekend in Chicago, gun violence, the numbers really disturbing, and public safety definitely a priority in Chicago. But thousands of Chicagoans have made it clear they are against having the National Guard on patrol here. Demonstrators marched at the Haymarket Memorial. That's the place, the birthplace of the labor movement here in Chicago. They were protesting.
So let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. All of these senseless killings that continue to happen, and you got clowns like this walking down the street talking about stop Trump. Illinois, another point I want to make. Illinois has some of the toughest gun laws in the country. Some of the toughest gun laws: California, New York, Connecticut, Hawaii, and Illinois. Toughest. Some of the toughest gun laws in the country. So y'all can miss me. That's a whole nother conversation. You can miss me with this. Oh, they need to stop the guns and do this and do that and make laws and make laws. Again, if you just tapping in, criminals don't care nothing about no law. You can make laws from here to eternity. That's not the solution. Criminals do not care about no laws that get passed. All you do is disarm law-abiding citizens, and you give the criminal the upper hand, because guess what? He don't care about the law. Okay, so that's why there's so much going on in places like Chicago, because you got all them gun laws, assault weapon, rifle ban, no AR-15s, no this, no that, and yet it's pretty much the switch capital. Like, your firearm ain't even a firearm unless it got a switch up there in Chicago. They don't know nothing but that's all they know up there. You know what I'm saying? But y'all don't want no. You got clowns like this walking up and down the street. But you know what? Until they hit home, you're not, you gonna people like this, they ain't lost nobody in Chicago. They haven't lost nobody. That's a white man holding that sign up. He don't live in inner city Chicago. I get he's marching down there right now because of a protest, but I bet you he's way out yonder in the safe part of Illinois, and he walking through here with a Stop Trump sign. And y'all still haven't figured out what's going on yet? You still ain't figured it out? This is a white man talking about Stop Trump from a whole bunch of stopping a whole bunch of black people taking each other out of the game. Boy, one day it'll hit you one day. I asked probably about 6 or 7 people last week about, is there anything that Trump is doing right? It's only one person told me, yeah, I like some of the stuff he's doing. Everybody else has said they don't like what Trump is doing. I can't make this up, man. I can't make it up, man. Trump deranged syndrome has gotten that bad. It's gotten that bad. Hey, listen, man. Y'all better wake up, do some history, open your eyes, and see what's going on. They call him a racist. They call him this. They call him that. Yet, every time you turn around, he's putting black people in a position to do better. The people in DC, the black people in DC, they're doing better as a result of nobody's getting killed. The only thing I do not agree with that Trump is doing is that he's telling them we on the way. He's telling the street people we're on the way to clean it up. Guess what? It's going to drop just because of the threat that's coming. Just because of the threat that they're coming, it's going to drop. And if some of y'all want to get out there in them streets, again, them National Guards, they train for that. If you really about their life, you about to find out that you're not about their life. Police, National Guards, prosecutors, sheriffs, all these folks are trained to be on the BS, man. Federal agents, they all trained to be on the BS, man. Y'all better wake up and find something else to do, man, because they cracking down. But I know, I know some people don't care. It's a lot of people don't care. I get it. It's a lot of people that do not care. They're going to continue to wake up every day and go out there to do what they do. And then 15 years into that long-ass prison sentence, they're going to be like, I wish I hadn't done that. But hey, to each his own. I learned my lesson. I bet you that. I bet you I learned my lesson. I bet you I'm out here influencing my kids and other people kids that's around me that listen to me to let them see what I done been through so they don't go down that same route. Hey, all I could say is, man, y'all need to like, comment, and share the video. Share it. Y'all make ignorant stuff get so viral, but y'all won't share this out. You won't send this to somebody. Each person that come across this right now can send it to 5 people. Boom, here, check this video out. Boom, here, check this video out. Here, boom, check this video out. It's real easy, but get what? You're not going to do it. And thus, we're going to continue to have the problems that we're having. But hey, if you made it this long through the video, I appreciate you tapping in. Today is football. Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles. I'm watching you. I don't care about neither one of y'all. I'm watching y'all though. It's Atlanta. It's Atlanta. Rise up. And hey, I'll see you on the next video. Appreciate you tapping in. Share the video.
Thank you for tuning into XconMedia. Go right ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hurry up!